Welcome to Next Play Investors. We want to say thank you everybody for coming out. Today we got a special, just a special small show. We're trying to keep everything going. It's the summertime, so everybody is out, having a good time and trying to enjoy family and friends. So each one of us over the next couple of weeks, we will probably be out and about, but we still trying to keep the show going. Keep everybody still coming and keep everybody still on the team so we know that we here and we gonna stay consistent. Again, we want to thank you for coming out. Join us every Sunday at 7:30. We usually talk about stocks, real estate investments, all different kinds of things. We talk about passive income. Join the group on Facebook. Catch us on YouTube. And just come in and join the group and have a little fun. We're gonna get over and talk to the guys and see, where they going. We got some guys. They sitting out on the ledge of some beach. Let's see what's going on. You know what I mean? What's up, man? All right, man. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? Shoot. So y'all out there chilling, man. How everything going over there? Y'all out there chilling, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, like I said, I want to
I
make
don't know if you
sure.
can hear.
Yeah, I can hear y'all, man.
Uh,
Um, one of the y'all can hear y'all, man. So y'all good. Y'all out there playing a good time, man. What you think?
Oh yeah.
Now can you hear it? Y'all can hear it. Look.
yeah.
All right, man. I was thinking, man, for the week, like I had some good stuff going on, man. I wanted to start talking about sense again while y'all was out of town. But I thought about it and I just kinda let it be I kinda just let it be what it was gonna be. So, I just wanted to make sure that everybody was on the up and up. But I thought about something that we got to talk about, man. I got to, and I think it's trust. And I did this with my kids a couple of years ago. You know what I mean? I got it
Uh
started,
huh.
but I just went back and looked at it, and you can actually trade stock in the trust. And I thought about it. I said, man, this is something next play need to know about because this goes along with once we get all the things together with the infinite banking and get all the plays together as far as like what else we need, we gonna have to have a way to build a trust, And so it's this thing called Kiss Trust that I realized I set it up a long time ago, and and it's doing what it's doing, but a lot of people don't really get a chance to understand about trust. And so, it was one of the things
Okay.
I was gonna show everybody today, man. That I think that because when you look at infinite banking and we've been looking for these insurance people to set up these policies for us, you know what I mean? We got a situation where we got to have all the pieces to the puzzle. So the next piece to the puzzle is the trust. You got to have a corporation set up
Mm.
to be able to utilize all of the money and the whole scheme to make the bank. So like it's not just one piece to the puzzle. We just getting the insurance policies and using the money. You still got to have the other pieces of the puzzle to make the money be able to continue to generate for generation. You still got to be able to set forth the rules of how the money get gone in order to build generational wealth. A lot of people they get trust funds and then they blow the money. You know what I mean? And so with the whole thing with generational wealth, we trying to make it where can't one person stop the whole family from being able to live forever. Cause you give somebody some money and they mess around and they basically be in a situation where they don't gave all the money away or they'll spend all the money. They go buy a couple Ferraris, spend it on some women, go buy some houses, spend it on some men, whatever they gonna do. You know what I mean? And all the money be gone. They buy clothes, shoes, and whatever. But with the trust whole thing, man, you dictate how the money move. So if somebody decide like, hey, I want to be able to do this and this, the trust gonna have it where you can't do none of that. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't really
Right.
understand, like, and that's why I say, like, the trust ain't gonna be able to. You're not gonna. The kids can't get what they can't get because there's a trustee over all the money, even though you are out of the play of with the money. You can't directly touch the money. Somebody else is in control of the money, but they don't directly have access to the money as well because of the simple fact that the money
You
is
got
in a
rules in
trust.
place.
Yeah, it got rules in place. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And so you got to realize, like, a lot of these people, it's actually cheaper to have a trust than it is to have a will. I just found that out because the will still have to go to probate court. The
That's
trust
true.
don't.
That's true. The trust don't. The
Yeah.
trust don't. And then they got. I know they got something. You got the regular trust, and you got something called
You- you-
a revocable trust, and you got something that's called a
Irrevocable.
irrevocable trust.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got to decide on what type of trust you want. You
Yeah.
know. But definitely the rules is definitely a big part of it because I know when I did my trust, our rules were not specific. It was okay if something happens. You know, these people are going to take care of our kids. Um, they're going to be allowed to get so much money when they're 18. The person who's in charge of the trust will get paid. You know what I'm saying, to manage the trust. Um, when they get like 3 stages,
Mm-hmm.
30. I think again at 35 or something like that. But it doesn't have any specific rules. It's just got times and ages, not dictating what they could do with the money. And I think you know, given specific rules, just like in the book, they were saying, if you're going to open a business, if you're going to school, things that will continue to generate generational wealth, you might want to look at, as part of the rules you want to use.
And so and that's where this came up because as we trying to set this play up, um, that's what I've been trying to get together. Like I've been trying to set all the pieces to the puzzle together so the player actually come the way it's supposed to. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. Like I think a lot of people don't understand is like, shoot, uh, you really got, you know what I mean? You really gotta really understand how all the pieces work. And because the trust used to be something where you had to be able to put hundreds of $1,000s in there. So like I said, I wanted to show the people and everybody. I mean, I think the guys at Next Play. I'm gonna flip this around real quick and I'm gonna put it on there for everybody else to see first. But this is the coolest thing about it is you can start a trust just as much as you can get into the stock market now. And you know what I mean? And that's one of the biggest issues is the whole thing with the trust is you get a chance to start it just like anything else. You can take $1,000 and you can actually utilize and buy you a trust. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna put it out there and people can see my screen. But you know what I mean? So this is called Kiss Trust.
Yeah, I can see your screen on my end.
Yeah. So this is called Kiss Trust, and it's been around for a while. Like, and the cool part about it is you don't have to have $100,000. They got it set up where you can actually put $1,000 in there, put your and then have it where you roll your life insurance policy over to it. But you also can trade stocks out of it. You can also trade ETFs out of it and build wealth out of it. And they charge a very low fee that I think that, you know what I mean? Like I said, they charge a very low fee. So, you know what I mean? It's like I set this up a while back and I probably hadn't did as much as I should with it because one of the biggest things I was banking on is life insurance going into it. You know what I mean? That's the reason I set it up because I know I don't have a lot of people that I can really call. So I needed a way, you know what I mean, to truly set up my life because I mean, I'm pretty much, I just know. So that's but I came back to it and I actually reread it and I was like, wow. So I'm in the same boat, Stacey. You know, I set it up, but I didn't do it right. You know what I
Right,
mean? Yeah.
right. You can set it up properly.
Yeah, I ain't set it up
Yep.
properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying? But
I know.
go ahead.
I said, well, myself, I'm still waiting to really get the information. I have to convert mine over to something So I'm just waiting to get all the info to convert mine over, basically, my first one. And the second one, I was talking to Stacy about, well, Stacy was talking to me about it earlier, about how you can buy one and just go ahead and pay it out, really. Something similar to that. Just pay it out and be done with that one. Then you can start using that one.
Well, see, and
You
that's
can just
the
get a basically a lower price one and just get it and just pay it all the way out and then just start using that.
well, and see, that's the thing. Like I tell you, like all of it. That's why I ain't gonna say we changed from stocks and stuff, but this part of investing, man, I'm still learning the whole thing too. You know what I mean? But I've been,
Right.
I've been looking at it like so. I can't say I'm a expert at it. I'm just gonna say that I'm trying it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna see exactly what happened. Cause
Yeah.
that's why I say like I'm hoping to find more people to help me along the way. Cause that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, man, these people creating their own bank, and so in order, and then this trust thing is involved in the creation of the bank. Cause you know what I mean? Like basically a bank ain't nothing but a trust.
Yeah.
Yep. But
Yeah.
the investment part is all still tied together because you use the investments to fund the trust. You use the investments to fund your bank,
Yeah,
the policies. You know,
yeah.
so it all ties together in one circle, man.
Yeah, when you look back at it and realize the stocks help you play on this side, everything like you just said, the housing, the real estate, you putting it all in there to build generational wealth.
Yeah.
To make it keep that whole purpose of all this is to build generational wealth and not have somebody be able to blow it.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Um, so what you got for us, Frank?
So to keep on going along with it. So on the screen, this is what you're gonna be able to see, man. And so that's why I say we can go to Kids Trust and we'll be able to do it yourself. So so after reading these books and understanding, and I hope everybody, like you said, Sam, when you get your material and everybody else, as we keep on going down the journey, doing it yourself, you got to understand the people you're leaving the money to.
True.
You don't really need these big time ideas like somebody else because you got to understand how much your net worth gonna be at this point in time and how you can keep it going and set the rules that you know for all the generations to come. And it ain't like you saying you got $10 million because if you do, you change the rules. You can go back in and edit the trust, but you think about it like from a standpoint instead of just giving somebody 30, 40,000, 50, $100,000 when you die, you tell them, hey, if you do this or try to accomplish this and push them to get to another level, it's going to keep the money going because the mind state going to change. You see what I mean? And by
Mm-hmm.
not just giving them the money and let them do something wild, they're in some way, in a great way, directly. Listen, if you try, you get money to help you try. You don't just you just don't get it money just to blow and do whatever else with it, and now you struggling 20, 30 years down the line. You see what I mean?
Right. Yep.
So the thing with Kids Trust is it basically it sets you up for everything you really need to know. You know what I mean? And the whole thing goes back to this whole little model that you see right there. Who is in a trust? You got the grantor, the individual who established the trust and determine what assets will go into it. So this is what we trying to do as a people. We trying to be the grantor and set up a trust just so we can actually get the generational wealth going. Because this is really the beginning of the whole thing with anything that got to do with it. And the trustee, institution or whoever else, will manage the trust. And so you got, the whole thing is you're not in control of it. A bank and who you determine and who you select, they see over it through the rules that you set when you begin doing it yourself as a trust. And then you got the beneficiary. These are the people that will receive this money. One of the cool things I read when I was reading the Rockefellers, one of the things they did was every time somebody was born in the family, they bought a life insurance policy. So we're not hoping nobody die early, but if they did, more money go into the trust. You know what I mean? more money going to the
Yep.
family bank. Because every time somebody's born, they automatically get a life insurance policy. By the time they're a certain age, they already got their own bank. And if something
There you
happened to
go.
them, that money goes back into the trust.
That's right.
Yeah,
So the trust. So as long as people are continue to be born, uh, the family trust will continue forever, based upon the fact that you know, just so surely you were born, you surely gonna die. So that generational wealth will continue because when that based upon the family bank's rules, you know, that money will go into the trust to continue the family bank forever and ever and ever.
and the crazy
Long live the king.
long because when you look at it, you understand you can't control the evolution of kids and everything else, but you can guide them in such a way that they have to be controlled. And when you look at generational wealth, you gonna have one or two of them that just ain't gonna comply, and they just gonna lose their money. And so you got to set it up
Yep.
where that's the whole thing with what's going on. You want to set it up where you got the right questions, and like Stacy was saying earlier, you got revocable trust and irrevocable trust. And so with revocable trust, like if somebody have a mental problem, we got to add that into the trust. If they get a mental problem, they money got to be seized, and you got to put rules in there for things like this to be thought about. You see what I mean? And so it's amazing that these people have products that can help you control the flow of everything that you need to in your financial life to build generational wealth. This is why we see these other cultures able to build generational wealth through the practices that we wasn't really showed. When you go back and actually look at it, and you see they didn't do it any slick way. They just did it by the way that was built for society. And if we go ahead and get along with it and deal with it, you look at 3, 4 generations. You have 3, 4 generations, and 3, 4 generations. Next thing you know, your name lives forever. You know what I mean? Like just that, because once you have 3, 4 life insurance policies, you keep putting money in there, and y'all keep using that bank to generate wealth. You really realize that you can generate enough wealth that somebody may come along and use the bank to make 20, 30 million. And now the trust get bigger. As more and more people in the family stick to the rules and the foundations, and this is why you're starting to see other people have like trust, and you're like, why they got all these family ways and family traditions. This is where it's coming from, because the trust that actually takes care of them put stipulations on them. When you look at you can speculate on the Kennedys. When you look at the when Rothschilds, you look at the Vanderbilts, you look at the Bushes. All of those people were trust fund people. We used to hear people talk about trust fund kids, but we really didn't understand that these people had a trust fund that was creating money, and that's how they all of them always had money. They were born into money. And this is where the statement comes from, you was born with a silver spoon, but we never understood, or nobody ever broke it down to us and told us, how can we create the silver spoon? Everybody wanted to be born with one, but nobody went back and looked at how can you create the silver spoon? How can you
True.
create,
True.
you know what I'm saying? Like nobody ever thought about that. How you create the silver
Yeah.
spoon?
Yeah. I never thought about that. I mean, I've heard the saying plenty of times, but I've never really, I guess, took the time to try to understand what the heck they really meant by a silver spoon.
Yeah.
I just thought it was some doggone rich kids that their parents had money or something, but I guess I never really thought that deep about it, that it could have been there's some money that's passed down through a trust fund like that. But good to know.
Man, the craziest part about it is, um, when you go back and look at it, this, you know what I'm saying? That, like when you look at the irrevocable trust, the trust maker can't take property back. So see, some of these little kids, see that's the thing where you got to think about the rules, because that's why you see some of these little kids, they don't have respect. They don't really understand the respect. So like with culture, you got to understand when you got it where you got to trust and know that these people gonna be living a certain life, because this whole trust is not like the fact that the trust has so many tax deductions and you can trade and build wealth. But this is the kicker: you can put yourself as a beneficiary and still put rules in there for you to pull the money back out yourself.
See, now that's sort of I don't know. I
You
guess see when
can.
you with the way the laws and everything are set up,
Mm-hmm.
you're conditioned that when it comes down to that point that you're not looking at trying to do that because you're always catch 22. You're always getting taxed on it. So
Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
that's probably why people, huh?
Uh-uh.
I'm
Uh-uh.
s- I'm just saying the traditional way that they have conditioned us to
Yes,
think
yes,
about it.
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. But
So you think outside the box. Yeah.
with this, when you take money out the trust, it ain't taxed. The trust pay taxes, not you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And
It's
and
different.
I know, and you can avoid if you fund the trust. Say, for instance, through the policy. Say, this, a lot of that stuff is not taxed either.
And you save
You
all
know,
your money.
if you fund it, yeah, you can fund it through the life insurance policies.
Yeah. And so I did, and that's what I did when I started this, and didn't know like that's how that trust I got. I gotta go. That's how I got the wanted to share it with y'all. Because over the weekend I was looking at what I had set up and didn't know that's what I had set up, but I got to go back and change the rule. So it'll be right because I set mine up just so my life insurance automatically is put in there. That way somebody controls it. Soon as you know what I'm saying, off rip. You know what I mean? And so that's how it. But as I've been looking at it, I was like, man, I messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at it, this is what the benefits of a trust is. If everybody can see that on the screen, tax minimization, creditor protection for beneficiaries. Nobody can ever sue you, and get your money. Ever. They can't break up the trust. Nobody can ever go and touch the family money forever when you use the trust in the correct way. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You like
Yeah.
privacy, like you can do all kinds of things through the trust. And this is how generational wealth really is created. You know what I mean? Like it's created because these people have been using this product since the 1900s, 1800s to create these and then have it where it's legacy forever. You're not really getting into a situation of um you're not really getting into a situation of somebody is able to, be able to be over it. You know what I mean? Nobody can change names because you can assign people. You get the trustees get to assign new people to manage it, but nobody can ever take everything out of it. You know what I mean? And you just get to think about like, okay, who's what? Like you gotta. That's why you hear about the firstborn of a family. They be so special because the firstborn might be automatically be the one that gets to be a trustee on the trust. You can create all these thoughts in your head when you building it. Like, okay, who could you possibly trust? And then, you can get help on a lot of it because they got people that'll help you, even though it's do it yourself. But the whole thing is that's how like that's one more piece to the bank where you can have your family can have money forever. And it doesn't have to be where you got to make a whole bunch of money now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to take some time to build.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yep, that's a good point. That's a
So
good point. So we start now, our generation really.
yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
I can't say our, just a little next plate, start now
Your
and
kids will
just
reap the benefits of it, basically.
yeah, and everybody
grandkids.
after them,
Yeah.
grandkids, great
Yeah.
grandkids, and so on and so forth. If
Hmm.
we set it up right now with the stocks and all that good stuff, you can even pass your stocks down too. Think about it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
So
Everything.
your
All
entire portfolio could go down, and you can direct how it's managed. You know what I'm saying? Instead of selling the companies, because think about like companies like Coca-Cola, those shares been passed down from generation to generation, bro. And ladies, you know, passed down from generation to generation.
And that's the thing. Like we look at all these families and people that have been forever had money, and nobody really went back and thought to themselves like, how did they do it? You know, and it was really they didn't really do it in no different way. They just ran with what was going on. You know what I mean? And so it's a crazy situation when you sit back and look at it because everybody is just everybody is just doing their thing and having that generational wealth just continue to go because you look at as we lose family members which inevitably have to go. People have to die. If you think about it, every generation you got $100,000 or $200,000 to come back into the family plot to help the family keep going. You know what I mean? It could be personal
Yeah.
stuff given out, but if even if it's $100,000 policy, in 5 to 10 years, we talking about $1 million policy to help the kids forever, and it's gonna keep growing just because you got interest and how it keeps compounding and how it keeps building and how it keeps trading. All these
Dividends.
things, the assets, are like you think about if you got houses in there and the houses keep going up in value. You know, you look at some of the people that live down there in Atlanta, that generational money in Buckhead. They got them old houses that's millions and millions of dollars that they great grandfather bought and they part like the lot of milks and all. You know, it's a couple other names down there. If you go to Buckhead and you hear their name, they family own a lot of property down there on
Mhm.
old homes. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of
Yeah.
other it's a
We
lot of other people like that. Go ahead.
yeah, we call it old money.
Old money.
That's what I
Hey,
used to
but
call it,
you know
old
what
money.
though? A lot of those properties like that our families own. Like I know for a fact, like downtown in Savannah, what
Mm-hmm.
happens is what happened was a lot of the people who own the properties, the grandma, they died without a will. And
Yeah.
then what happened, the property becomes heirs property, right?
Gotcha.
And
Hmm.
so it becomes heirs property. So you got it's just the baby boom generation. So you got 9 and 10 kids. And so the kids end up fighting over the property and nobody pays the taxes on the property, right?
Exactly.
And then you go down to the courthouse step during the tax sale and pay the taxes on the property. And after a year and a day, if no one comes back and reclaim it, you own the property free and clear. I know for a fact, I know for a fact, um, I know some people personally that happened to, where their dad left every one of them a house, and it was like 5 sisters, man, and every one of them lost their property due to
Yeah.
taxes. I'm saying properties right
That,
now like $500,000, bro.
It's messed up.
Crazy, but
the
that's what
tax,
happened, man.
man.
You don't know.
That's
You
how
don't
they
know.
get us. That's how they get us.
You don't know.
Lack
You
of
don't know.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Lack
And
of
you
knowledge,
know,
man. Lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
and see,
Yeah.
I
But
think,
these
and
small
see,
books and everything that we read will help us out.
well, I think that, and that's the thing, man. Like everybody's thinking this 401k, and you know, we when you look at all the products out there, man, that they've been selling us and trying to tell us that they okay. You know what I mean? Like they're not the one that's not how we. You know, we basically falling into the financial system. You know, we basically like when you because talking to some of the talking to some of these insurance people, you know that I've been talking to, like it's a situation where they have um told like they didn't even know about the product. Like and it's not because they no, they never heard about it, but a lot of their products are just basically already prepackaged and they're like sell these products to these people. Like, you know what I mean? Like and we thinking that we're getting good products sold to us, but we don't really get a good understanding of what the products is. So it's even the fight over term versus whole life insurance. And we got a guy, you know what I'm saying? We got a good friend of mine
Is that still playing?
been in the insurance
I'm talking
industry
about
for
down
like
there.
20 years. And he gonna come on the show and he gonna give us he gonna explain a lot about just insurance. We and just and give the people a way to understand insurance, because a lot of people losing because their insurance is the wrong insurance. You can't, if you're gonna pay for life insurance, you might as well be able to do something with it.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I'm looking into converting mine.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, mine. I think mine is a useful tool the way it's set up. But if it can make me some money while it's sitting there and I'm contributing every month, I'm like, shoot, why not?
Yeah. And I think that if we take that approach, because I mean, you think about it, if you put $100 in there a month, why you don't want to be able to use your $100? You know, you got to wait a couple
Yeah,
years, but you know, why not? Why don't you want to be able to use your $100? I mean, I think
yeah,
that it really is a no. It's really a no lose situation, because if you stop paying term, they're gonna cut you off. If you stop paying whole life, they're gonna cut you off. The whole thought process
Yep.
behind what you say?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right. You're right about that.
yeah,
You think about it. You stop making any payments, they're gonna jam you up. But now in your younger years, what I read recently, overfunding it, right? And some people disagree with overfunding, but you can only put so much, to protect yourself against, taxes, right? But if your monthly premium, let's say if it's 1,000, right? The insurance agent is going to get commission on $1,000, right? However, if you overfund it, the additional 1,000 you overfunded with, he could either get 0% or a small percentage of that. That will allow you to bill your bank a little bit faster than your normal payments. So, uh, and then that allow you to also to bill your bank quicker, borrow against it quicker, and so on and so forth. So, but once you overfund it, let's just say later on in life, you can't make the payments. But there's a few things you could do. Um, you could reduce your payments, which also is going to reduce your death benefit. This is
yeah.
all stuff I read. That's one thing. So until you get back on your feet, or or you could actually use the amount of cash that you funded a policy with during your younger years to pay your premium. So you won't have to pay it. So if you jammed up, you sick, you ill, whatever, you can use that money that you overfunded it with in your early years to pay your premium in your later years.
and that's the
And then pass it on to the next generation.
and see that's the cool part about it. Like, the whole life has so many more benefits, because that term life, if you pay all that money for 20 years and you miss 3 payments on within that, ain't nobody gonna come pay nothing. They gonna cancel the policy.
True.
They gonna cancel the policy. They sell it to us. Oh, it's so much cheaper. They sell it to, now that we know about financial porn and all this stuff. When you think about all those people that are out there, oh yeah, term is so much better. It's a setup. Because if term's so much better,
Mhm.
why you can't do nothing with it? You know, when
Oh
you
yeah.
when you think about it.
How's Sense doing?
Oh man. So, I'm gonna talk about cents, man. We went from $1.52 per share all the way up to $4, man. So coming on the end of this week, man. Let me see if I can get it up for y'all, man. Because coming on the end of this week, because I know everybody out. Coming on the end of the week, yeah, it crossed $4.03. And that's the coolest part about it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good play right there.
yeah, man. So I just want y'all to understand, man. I try, I think I think y'all should have came on in.
I just want to know what Blackstone doing.
Man, I haven't because I've been on this
I just
whole.
want to know what Blackstone doing.
I can't even tell you right now. I tell you what though. I'm trying to find an insurance agent, man. I'm trying to find an insurance agent. If I can find an insurance agent, we good to go. I want to see what happens. I mean,
Martina's mom is an insurance agent.
but see, Martina, we gotta get you to ask your mama. Cause see, I don't call to talk to a lot of people.
Mama.
But I got somebody even better. Matter of fact, he going with us. I got a little cousin too. He specializes in insurance and finances. I'm gonna try to get him on here next week.
Yeah, we need to talk.
How long he been doing it, Martina?
Oh man, Raphael been in about 5-6 years now.
Yeah, about 6 or 7 years.
About 6, 7? Yeah. Yeah, man. He a whiz with it.
But we definitely need to talk.
He up where with you?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we definitely need to talk to him because the thing is, if we can get that part, get somebody to write the policy, man, it's all smooth sailing from there. And that's really
Yeah,
what we need.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need somebody to write the policy. And then
Okay.
if we can do that, we be good to go. You know what I mean? We get somebody to write the policy, we ain't gotta worry about it. And then we be good to go.
There you go.
So I don't know.
Since you talking, Martinez, you got anything on the Forex market?
Oh, actually, I can say the forex market stabilizing. I mean, if I had my choice, I'll pull it up for you guys today. But you can see, I got the whole crew with me right now.
Hey, you know what, man? I'm trying to pull it up and do it at the same time because I understand everybody taking their break, and I'm still around the house, so I'm gonna try to pull it all off tonight.
Well, I know. I was watching Anton Creel, watch one of his shows, and it seems like the market is just kind of stagnant, like it's just kind of moving along at a steady pace.
Well,
what y'all think?
I think that's due to I don't believe we got enough volume in it yet. I know we were just talking about that, Stacey and Sam, but I don't think we got enough volume in it yet for it to move. And the Orange Man had to really jump because whatever he say, then the markets go crazy.
I think it's just the economy itself. I think it shows that they're really unsure of the direction of the economy and that they are holding back. And now they're realizing that there's a change coming and they don't know where they're going to fit in. So they're sort of like, hey, hold up. So I think that's cutting down on the volume and the trading, whatnot. So because everybody's trying to play it safe right now. The only thing I do know is hitting is the traveling industry is bumping. Bro, it is bumping. And we saw that play a long time ago, and we should have pulled some of us pulled triggers on it, but we should have loaded. When I say we should have bet the house on this stuff, because we already knew it was coming. And we were 100% correct. We should have bet the house on it.
We should have bet the house on it.
And another thing I was looking at too, we slipped on the oil too. We did. I mean, oil prices, I was looking at the board on all oil is off the charts right now.
Exxon, all them. I know. I didn't sleep on them.
I slept on it.
Yeah, XL, XLY, I think it is. It's either XLY, XLI is the ETF that's banging right now.
That's the old ETF.
That's the oil ETF. I think we talked about it. Shoot. about 6 or 7 months ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, they
And
doing
it's,
their thing.
But it,
when I was
but
and
telling you
it's
guys
so
about
I got it. I actually
remember when
got it up
I
too.
mentioned to you guys about I was
Which
talking to you
one?
guys about
Access line.
when I went into a house in Wells Fargo. He was working for a Wells Fargo bank, but he was investing money. He told me about investing Exxon.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
it's banging right now. But here's the thing, man. I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound crazy, but something we got to think about, man. The market is at an all-time high, bruh, and it's due for
Yep.
a major correction. This junk is at an all-time high, bruh. 33,000. I mean, during the pandemic, um, like you say, fuel sky high, material sky high. You know, it's due for a pullback.
Yeah,
mm.
I
You
mean,
know,
but the thing is,
is it time?
Especially that housing industry, man.
Here's $1 million question, bro. What, but let me say one more thing. I got to say this before I get off. Is it time to pull out
no,
and get on the sideline?
no, no, no.
No, because we don't heard these threats so many times for the past 6 months. Hey, it's getting ready, and I know it's at an all-time high. Usually it does, like you said, it does a little correction, but then it normalizes.
I'm gonna tell you.
I
I'm gonna tell
don't
you my
know.
belief.
I,
My
I,
belief
I,
is this.
I'm on the fence on this one because of what I see out in the building industry. We all know that the building industry, it drives the market, man. And from what I see, a price of plywood, when I see a price of plywood go from like 24, 26, all the way up to $86 per sheet, bro,
Jesus.
Well, I mean
some
that we.
kind of correction has got to take place. They cannot maintain that, and the economy cannot afford that because the
That's
price of
right.
the house is going to be passed right on to the consumers,
Yeah.
and those prices that they are being hired back into the job industry is not going to allow them to purchase these houses. Something's got to correct, and it's coming.
Mm,
Well, I'm gonna tell
mm, mm,
y'all.
mm.
Me
Man,
Yeah.
personally. Me
I'm
personally.
And the dollar
really,
is constantly going up so far too. So I
I'm
don't know.
optimistic. I'm
I
optimistic.
don't know.
I'm
Somebody
op-
pumping something.
because you got to realize you got two companies just that see we got to think in terms of evolution. Evolution is what's moving the rest of time.
but that's crypto.
Well, now I'm saying when you look at they just this week in the stock market, it was two companies that just crossed the the $1 trillion valuation mark. So if the valuations
Yeah,
are going up, the money got to go up. You look at even the wages that they fighting for, they gonna inch the wages up, but they got to get the money up first on the companies. Like, and then being that we're just coming out of pandemic, we ain't gonna have no pullback for a minute. It's just gonna be expensive to trade. People are gonna go in and trying to recoup money, but it's just gonna be things just gonna be expensive. That's just what it's gonna be because it's gonna have to be normalized. The whole price change has to
Well,
be
right, right.
normalized. Because when you look at the tax spending,
I mean, we looked at it. We said we knew that it was going to be some inflation. We knew that from the pandemic. We all said that, hey, it's going to be inflation. They got to. That's a must.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the thing we got to think about is how can we capitalize off this right now? How can we stay consistent in making money in the markets due to this? That's the approach we have to look at.
I mean, I think
And
we.
it brings up that point.
Me being on the forex side, I like it because now on my side in the forex, we're getting more volume. So that means if I'm getting more volume with currency, that means the markets should follow suit because normally they do follow suit. Because that's a sign that shows that the economies in these different countries are doing well. If they're gaining, they're on a consistent uptrend, and I'm seeing a lot of uptrend.
Mm,
Hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
mm.
I
So
think
some,
I think we're gonna be going in a lot of different. I just think that the uptrend is gonna have to stay an uptrend. They spending too much money.
yeah,
When it can't.
Or maybe
Well, you got to realize we've been in an economical war, and we've established this in the group before. We established this between us privately before we even take. We're not even gonna get into it on here. But when we talked about the war between the two countries, we've talked about that before. So it's still at play.
Yeah.
It's still at play now. We ain't got to put it out there to the people because it's still at play because this again affects forex. So when you look at
yeah,
it gotta be it's a war that if this one thing starts to go the wrong way at any point in time right now, that place that's being at war with that nobody really understands, they win. So they can't let the market.
Yeah.
It might have pullbacks, but it ain't going. It ain't the correction.
they're
Can't
gonna
be too,
crash.
it can't be. It's too much money being spent from all the stuff with the coronavirus for them to be for the market for them to they got to keep pumping the market. They just doing it in a whole nother way. That's what we got to figure out. How are they pumping it now? Because when Trump was there, we figured out how he was pumping it. We figured out how
Yeah.
Right, through propaganda.
yeah, we figured out how they
Yep.
was pumping it. We got to figure out how they pumping this market now. Because when Trump was there, before we actually went live with everybody else, that shit was working like clockwork. We figured, oh, Trump do this, go do this. We was making money.
Yep.
yeah.
You see what I mean? The whole time,
Look, I'm missing the orange guy.
man. The whole
A whole lot
time.
of people are missing.
Listen. The
I
whole
made the money on the truck guy.
the whole time that the orange guy was there, now y'all gotta realize the whole time the orange guy was there. I'm gonna say it one more time. We figured out how they move the market. We can't be talking about a crash now because they can't afford it. Common sense tell you they can't afford it. There's no way
Yeah,
they can keep spending all this money and the market drop because that's gonna make investors pull their money out.
yeah,
Right.
that makes sense because if the economy they striving to, hey, we're ready to go full speed ahead. You can't let a crash happen then because that just make your word look horrible. You know what I'm saying? It'll kill the economy. People lose faith in it. Then
Yeah.
Right. And like you said, if we at war, we can't afford to lose. You know what I'm saying? Lose our edge at all. So yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that, man. But it's just moving steady and maybe I don't know. Me and Sam was just talking about what's the name of that airplane company that just took a pullback? Boeing.
They hadn't taken the pullback. They just did some investigation on the 777 Boeing, and they got some sanctions that are gonna fall, that is gonna come down, that probably will affect Boeing, and they're gonna have we predicting it should have a pullback because of it.
That's definitely gonna happen. It's no doubt not mine. That it got to, because they gonna be losing.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. So, maybe those are the plays we gotta start making. Being that the market's not going crazy like it did last year, make those small plays. Where Boeing, okay, the news comes out on Boeing, okay, we go ahead and put a short in, and we make money on it when it goes down. And of course, once the news and all that stuff subsides, $430 stock before the pandemic. Hey.
Or it just may be a play there on next play. It may be a play where you're just investing, you're not trading. This may be this time or the season where you're just investing in stuff and you're not looking for anything right now because of the way the economy is moving sideways. It's not moving too much up and down. You may find a place where you just invest and you just buy and hold and hold and hold it. And
Nice.
hey,
And, you know,
Yeah,
maybe
I
look at
like that.
Sam, it's interesting that you say that because I was just telling another person in here the other recently, like no matter what, I put something in the account every month, just like I was in, you know what I mean? Because I may not use it. If it's $25, I'm gonna still devote in that trading account. I'm put $25 in that trading account, and it might not get used until I gotta play. And this is and
yeah,
like you said, might be that time where if you don't do nothing but put money in that trading
I,
account,
or buy good companies.
yeah,
You
just
know.
buy good solid company,
yeah,
yeah,
Right.
this might be the time to just stack up the money in the trading account, buy a good company, and just because once we figure out how they move in the market, I ain't gonna lie, the orange man, like my man Martinez said, that man would have boy, the orange man made it easy. Sleepy
real
Joe,
easy.
Sleepy Joe, man.
Say sleeping Joe, you can put
Sleepy
retirement to
Joe,
sleep.
man. Yeah, one man, hey man,
Hey, he
sleeping,
moved.
man.
Hey,
And he put the
he
down
moved the country
rocking
like it was
chair,
a
didn't
business.
Hey man, Sleepy Joe, man.
He ruled it like it was a
he? He
business.
put
That's
the
what he
Dow
did.
Jones in a rocking chair and he burnt them damn niggas.
Ah, man, hey man, but we'll figure it out. I just hope it ain't too far, cause right now that thing been quiet. It been super quiet. But I'm telling
Slow
you,
and steady.
Wow.
Slow.
slow and steady.
I looked at some prices and I was like, man, them prices been that way for a while.
For a while,
Yeah,
bro. For a while. For a while. And Apple, I think it's moving between 120 to 130.
And that's it. Now you
133,
can make a little short play
133.
on Apple. Wait,
Well,
the Apple drop
Right.
back down on
Man,
our little
because
120 something more, and then you can buy it and cash out at 130 something. You just had to load the boat up on it.
Ooh.
but Apple
yeah,
finna make a
Around
move because they
120,
gonna
Tesla the
have
same way.
products
120.
dropping.
What's going on with Tesla?
Tesla
Tesla
was up
doing
there.
about the same thing as Apple.
Yep, it's moving a little
Doing
bit at
about
a
the same.
time. Go back down. About the same thing.
Well, Tesla don't took a hit. Tesla took a big hit. Tesla came down from almost at 1,000 to riding about 600 right now. So it's
Hey, but I'm gonna tell y'all, a lot of people hurting though. Because
Yeah,
a lot of people, because everybody was saying Tesla going to hit 1,000. You got a lot of guys out here with options that expire next year, saying Tesla going to hit $1,000. And
they
the way
hurt.
the market moving right now, this is ugly, man.
yeah, it's ugly for people. It's ugly for people that had them
And
options.
check it out. If it's this right now, is how it's rolling right now. But it's rolling years from now, don't got a full return.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah, for you. You're right. You're right. That's a long haul, bro.
Long haul, bro.
He ain't finished his first year yet. And
Yeah,
look
he
at the
got
count.
a lot. He ain't looking good on this first quarter, boy. He ain't looking good, boy.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
I
man,
think,
he got to shake something, make something move in these markets, man. Hey,
Well, but check it out. The gas pipeline, he shook a little something with that when they shut the pipeline down.
yeah,
That was
but
up.
overall,
Oh
Trump
no,
had
no.
them things pumping, bro.
I ain't gonna
His
tell you
crew
no
had them
lie.
things pumping
Hey, Trump had
everywhere.
Trump. Hey, let me tell you something. I need me another workhorse. When Trump was in, workhorse was my man. I need me another couple more workhorses.
Hey,
Hey, I ain't with this meme stock stuff. I ain't with all this Reddit stock stuff now, man. I'm talking about the real workhorses. And then you go back and you look at all the other different stocks, man. Man, everything was moving. And
it's like folks can't invest now, and that's
yeah,
why I say the volume is low.
yeah,
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
even with major investors, all our BlackRock, they do their little thing. They gonna always do their thing.
You know what? I'm gonna say something. A cat we might need to study, man, is Buffett, bro.
Oh yeah, hey, bro, hey, I read all. I try to read all of Buffett plays.
but
But he,
what I'm saying, his current stuff. Because see, Buffett done seen this market before. He done seen this president before. Remember?
Yeah.
So
okay.
he already, you know what I'm saying? Just like last year when that joke was buying Wells Fargo like crazy. He knew inflation was coming.
So he's set now. He's set. He already in position.
He making money, man.
Yeah, he in that position already.
I'm gonna tell you a secret
what
that
I'm
y'all
saying?
might not have paid attention to. We need to watch Microsoft. Something to happen because we.
Oh yeah,
But
but
just
we been
because,
said that.
but because y'all just brung up Buffett, you know, Buffett just dropped himself off the Microsoft, the Bill Gates Foundation, and gave back a whole bunch of money. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
And so why y'all brung up Buffett, you know, Buffett did just, you know, he did just separate himself from the whole Gates Foundation. So it's gonna be some shakeups in the market soon. And
I
whatever
wonder why.
Microsoft, and, well, I mean, you know, they
Well,
ain't gonna tell that part.
you know they deregulating. They gonna deregulate Facebook and all those big companies. But it's coming, bro. They gonna bust all that up, all of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's some shakeups coming, and it's gonna be some money to be made. But just find out where you want to position yourself, man. I mean, hey, it's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. And you know, I was in a Best Buy parking lot by AMC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the parking lot was empty, bro.
Yeah,
Movie
people
theater
ain't
wasn't even
going.
open.
And I think now that's another thing. We gotta look into these online movie companies too, like the HBO Maxes and stuff like that, because they're getting all the main movies now.
So I'm
Really?
gonna talk
The
to
hot
y'all about
people.
that. I actually had a post I was finna make about that because um it's crazy that y'all talk about that, but Roku, they're actually talking a lot about Roku now because Roku done made some big time plays and bought a lot of TV streamers. And they're making a play because Roku is coming in. Roku TV actually made more money in the pandemic than Netflix. And Netflix has a problem because it's not directly on devices. So this whole content war, Roku is actually fighting back. On Prime Day this week, what they call Amazon Prime Day, more Rokus were bought than anything else.
Wow.
I can believe it. The TV here where we are is a Roku.
More
Yeah, man.
Rokus were bought
It's a Roku.
than anything else on Prime Day, outpacing Apple TV and Amazon Fire Stick together. So,
Wow.
Hey,
you know what I'm
That's deep.
saying? So it was a news article I probably posted in the group here in a little bit, but Roku outsold.
They got an IPO.
Well, Roku been
Yeah.
out.
No,
By
Roku. Yeah, bro.
Roku by
yeah,
$450
Roku
a
been
share.
trading.
Yeah, Roku by $450 a share.
It's
Oh.
up.
So yeah, Roku by $450 a share. I was looking into it after I saw the news article. But it's funny
Now
that
before
y'all
the
broke.
pandemic, it wasn't.
Nope, before the pandemic, it was $27.
Get out of here.
$27.
No, it wasn't.
$27. $27. Before the
Boy, that
pandemic, it was
pandemic, hell.
$27.
$27.
You'd have been laughing
$27.
to the bank.
In March of 2020, it was $27.
Wow.
It's crazy we brung this up tonight because I was looking into it when I read this news about Roku, and it was $27 before the pandemic. Netflix was already up there, but Netflix is a different thing because Netflix that's the thing. Roku has hardware, so anybody's TV can use Roku. You don't have to buy a new TV. This is what making Roku popular because a lot of people like the crazy part. A lot of people didn't know about Roku. A lot of people only heard of Amazon because nobody even realized that Roku was so big. But like y'all just said, the TVs in y'all resort right now got Roku on it.
I didn't either. But
You know what I mean?
I had a little Roku stick long time ago, but it was so just horrible back then. But then Netflix and all them came on the Amazon Fire Sticks. You didn't think nothing about Roku until they started making all these other different products.
Roku just bought Tubi. It's trying to buy Thriller. It's trying to buy all the little small streaming services and create its own TV channel. You know what I mean? So Roku is actually buying. They're trying to make exclusive Roku content now. So you're gonna see this whole this whole streaming platform thing. Like you're gonna see, like it's gonna be a lot of content put out because I don't think nobody going back to the movie theater because there's no need. And it's even to the point that I had an epiphany
Right.
this weekend that I want to start back
Uh-oh.
advertising for home theater installations in my business because people at home, dog. We, and that's the thing I thought about. I was like, shoot, we got away from doing home theaters, but I think it's a push now. You know what I mean? Because even for my business, I'm like, people at home, they ain't going to no movie theater. They can stream all their movies at home anytime they want to.
Yeah, but then look at AMC stock. What's gonna happen? Is it gonna
AMC
crash?
goes up and down, up and down. Hey, but it'd be a good stock to short.
$63, bro.
It'll be a good stock to short. You know it's going down.
I mean,
Nice.
but see, guess what? Y'all just uncovered something. I'm gonna throw it out there and see if it sticks. That's how they run in the market with some with frivolous stuff.
With meme stocks.
With frivolous stocks. Just to keep the hype going. Cause we know AMC ain't worth nothing. So that's the hype right there. The Mimi, cause you gotta think about it. Okay, we just next place think about it. This whole Mimi stock didn't start the Biden came in.
Yeah.
The whole Mimi stock and the whole craze behind stocks just jumping out of the box for nothing didn't start the Biden came. We ain't never heard of no
that
Mimi.
wasn't. What about what was the first one?
The first one was
GameStop.
AMC.
That was
GameStop, yeah. But GameStop didn't have until Biden was a president. This whole Mimi stuff.
wow.
I thought it happened before.
No.
I could put it.
No.
It didn't to Biden.
No.
Wow.
It didn't start till Biden was the president.
Yo, that's deep.
It didn't
Dang.
That's deep.
It didn't start to January. GameStop and the whole
So
thing behind GameStop didn't start to January. And it was actually like right around the same time. I'm going to go look up the date and put it up. But no, GameStop was this year. That's what started it all in 2021, GameStop. And then they went to AMC. And this is how they've been moving the market with this Mimi stock. Because you got to think about it, the Reddit post. The people on Reddit just got popular.
Yeah. You got Dogecoin. You had AMC.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. GameStop.
Oh, guess what?
And what was the gambling one that Gamal gave us one time? Somebody gave us gambling stock.
DraftKings?
Oh, what's the name?
No.
DraftKings, yeah.
DraftKings, yeah.
I don't know if DraftKings would be considered a meme though, because that's online gambling.
Well, Riot.
Yeah,
You look at Riot. All these stocks that really have ran crazy this year, they ain't had no real numbers.
They ain't really worth it.
They just been hyped.
Hey, you know what else? If y'all think about it, how often have y'all seen Joe Biden on TV? Just pop with these pop-up press conferences.
Have it?
You haven't.
Is he asleep? If y'all need to wake that man up, tell him we need some money.
Sleepy Joe.
Well, with 45,
Sleeper Joe need to wake up.
but listen, bro, 45, you saw him every other day.
Man.
You hear a tweet?
Let me
Something?
tell you something. I used to wake up in the morning, every morning. He was part of my morning ritual. I just want to know what he said. He had something. I just want to know what Trump did between the time I went to sleep to the time I woke up.
But sometimes you wake up because of Trump. You wake up to some money.
Yeah. Hey, man, Trump.
I ain't woke up to no money lately.
Man, you wake up with what? Hey,
Joe,
but you know,
Joe still asleep.
I mean, like I said, I think that we got to figure truly out, but that's something to understand how they move in the market. Because they keeping them, you got to understand the market is staying steady, but somewhere there's a sector with big gains.
Yeah, I mean, what are the feds doing? The feds usually gave us a little pump. They ain't been pumping lately. What they doing?
I mean, it's
I
They
know
still
the
was dope.
but see the feds, they holding steady. You know, they talking about, yeah, we may rise a quarter point, and they talking about inflation. You know, we're not going to raise inflation, but so much. But on the slick, they saying one thing and doing something else
Yeah,
because
they doing
Sam
something
just
else.
said that a piece of plywood is $80-something, bro.
That's
well. I
crazy
mean,
to
hold on,
me.
hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna tell you what's gangster. 50 foot of electrical wire cost $74 when it used to be $29.99.
Sheesh.
That's
I
gangster right there,
I
bro.
just bought some. 50 foot of electrical wire is $74.99.
Hey, what? Hey, even chicken wings high now.
Man,
I went and got a 10-piece for $13.99. I'm paying $1 something per wing now. I got a problem with it.
Hey,
I'm about to go back across the water.
Hey, man. Let me tell you what this whole thing reminds me of. Remember when we had the gas shortage and everything, and the gas prices soared up so high, and then it came down, but they never came back down to the original price that it was before the gas prices shot up. We never
already
got
did.
it down under $1 or something like that. It's always been $2 and up now. So it's just like it reset a new high, like our stock set an all-time new high. I'm thinking the whole market is just gonna reset, and now that's just gonna be, hey, the price of stuff, a new price of whatever we're trying to pay for.
Well, just like that little video we say, they might be working in with. They go just keep the po and the rich. Ain't gonna be no middle in between no more.
They just did
You know,
not.
you have to have it or you ain't got it.
They probably just did it. Either you rich or you poor. One
They
or the other.
slipped it on in there.
Yeah.
They told us you go feel a little pressure and just put it on in.
Yep. That's all they doing.
Man, that hurt.
Yes, sir. You know you still on here though.
Hey man, yeah, we know we still.
Yeah.
Hey man, but that's crazy. So we got to figure out how the market move. Trying to get together
Yeah.
for tomorrow, man.
Hey guys, I see my phone trying to go dead too. So Mr. Rivers, his phone is out. So and mine just about dead too.
Hey man, y'all just try to go out there and play on the water. I know what y'all doing.
I know y'all about to go out there and play on the water.
I already know what y'all
Hey,
doing.
hey, next
Y'all
place.
out there
Get out my
playing with the
box.
fishes.
Hey man, I know y'all. I'm just saying. I already know.
Hey, Franco.
Good.
Like they be telling me about the mangoes. Y'all out there playing with them fishes.
Yeah, they playing with the fish. I already know what they going to do. They look. They out there
Bring me
going to
back
play
some
with the
yellow
fish.
tuna and some red snapper.
Hey, look, man. That's what I want. I need some red snapper and some yellowtail, man. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Hey, man, red snapper and some yellowtail, and then give me a little. You know what I'm saying? I need me a little dolphin too. You know what I mean? So
Dolphin.
yeah,
All
I
right.
want me some dolphin, man.
Hey,
You know
we
what I'm
gonna
saying?
see tomorrow though. Boy, I'm
Yeah,
serious,
and
man.
then you
I
get
hope I catch
and then
it.
you get me one of them, and then you get me some Maui Wowie. You know what I'm saying? Since
Oh
y'all
yeah.
the Maui
Oh
Wowie.
yeah.
Yeah, I want some
That
Maui.
Maui Wise.
Yeah, I want some Maui Wowie, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Here we
down
go,
there
Maui
playing in the
Wowie.
water.
Hey,
Yeah.
when y'all bring me back mine, I want to see the tail. He don't want him all the way dead either. Let his tail be flapping just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little bit, man. Yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, I think it's 8:40, man. We gonna shut it down here in a minute and cut it short tonight because we ain't got too much more. I can't run stocks and do everything else, so you know we gonna definitely.
Hey,
Miss
so
Williams,
what do we do?
your shirt is in the mail. I put it in there Saturday. I just told
Appreciate it. And
when you get
also,
back, I
hey,
gotta get yours. What's up?
next week, 4th of July, right?
Yeah, 4th of July. That's why I wanted to make sure we had a show tonight. 4th of July. We're not gonna have a party because I know people gonna be intoxicated and doing everything else and enjoying their family and friends and playing with fireworks. So you know we're gonna try to get back. You know it's the summertime, man. We trying, but you know it's the situation of you know, people got families, man. This is all. This is you do it for the family.
Now you
Yeah,
just now
and
you
I'm
need to
finna watch them
understand.
hawks. It's finna get a little cold in here, so I gotta go watch ice cream do the thing tonight.
There you
Everybody
go.
get cold in here.
Hey, you need to
Woo!
understand, man. That's not our Independence Day. Now you can
Oh,
celebrate, but please
Well,
understand, it's not our
you know,
Independence Day,
some
bro.
people,
So
some people have other members in they conglomerate that don't believe as that will look at them wrong. So we gotta respect all the wishes of all the members in their views.
oh, there go Nicole. What's up,
what up,
Nicole?
Cole? What up, Cole?
Oh, what up?
Hey,
What's
hold
up,
on. Hey, Cole, you came
Nicole?
in. You came in like you was on a glam shot or something, just twirling your
I'm
hands.
not. Listen
Hey,
here.
that's how you make your interest. You just poof. I'm
Hey,
No,
here.
listen here. I'm just
Martina,
leaving a
she got
wedding that was
she got
2.5
that
hours
candy
late.
necklace on and everything.
Yeah.
That candy necklace.
Do that thing, cuz. Do that thing, cuz. Let
Hey,
that
everybody.
show. Do that
What's
glam
going
shot.
on?
Man.
Go ahead, turn your head to the
I,
side.
I was
Turn your head
I
to the
was
side.
catching the information while I was at the reception, so I was on Facebook Live listening. Because let me
Oh,
tell
okay.
you, this wedding started 2.5. I love my homeboy though. The wedding started 2.5 hours late, and they ran out of food because people didn't RSVP. So
Ooh.
we good. I got some valuable information.
Did you
Okay,
get
all
some
right, all right.
meatballs?
You gonna share it with us next week?
Did they have some meatballs left?
Listen, me and my buddy, me and my mama, we didn't get nothing, but it's fine. We RSVP though.
Oh,
That's your mom. Your mom on the other side. Hey, mama.
Why is mama driving and you ain't go to Baptist
Mama, hey,
service?
mama still chewing on some of them meatballs that chicken.
No, me and mama hungry.
But that good, man. I'm gonna see y'all in 2 weeks. I gotta get in here with these kids.
Oh, when are you coming back?
You know what I mean?
Huh?
Coming out, sharing out.
When are you coming back?
I'm here.
It's
I'm in the
Let me see the kids, man. Shoot a
Huh?
shot. And flip the camera around. Let's see the kids, man.
Man, they in the house. They just came out the pool. They in there changing clothes. I'm ready to go.
got
Where you going, Martinez?
Hey, man, I gotta go watch the game, man. I gotta go watch the game.
Well, happy Father's Day to you guys. I hope you all had an amazing week last week.
Appreciate it.
I put a post on there. I know Stacy, I think he left. His birthday was yesterday.
All right, bro. Hey, stay. Tell Sty I said, man, happy birthday, man. I miss my brother's birthday.
He said, send him a cash out.
Send him a cash out. Tell him send him a cash out to get a shot.
Hey, his cash app is $SAMMY.
Yeah, he said on Facebook he was in Panama City, so I guess living it up for his birthday.
I forgot my brother's birthday. God diggity dog.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We down here. Hey,
I'm gonna tell Stacy when he
man.
gets back on here next.
What's on, bro?
He what? I don't know. What you say, Nicole?
So when are we scheduling another brunch?
Oh, yeah. Oh. I don't know if we want to go, bro. Let's go to brunch. Y'all brunches end up being 4-5 hours.
Right.
Hey.
Like 5 hours.
5-hour brunch. We don't.
Nicole, I like it.
We want to thank everybody for coming out and watching and looking at Next Play Investors for the night. The guys and the fellas, and they're just kind of tripping tonight, and we cutting the night short. We will not be having Next Play Investors next Sunday just because it's the 4th of July. We want to respect some people to be able to go out and hang out with the family because making money is definitely not just about just trying to be here every time. We want to be able to share the information with the community, build with other people, and bring everybody in so they allow them to be able to do what we got. But on July the 11th, I have a great friend we're going to have come in that's going to talk about insurance. That's one of the biggest things that we're gonna do. We're gonna have a whole insurance show on July the 11th that we're gonna be promoting. Well, kind of get the community to understand how insurance can be used in so many different ways and how this is the key to for us to build generational wealth. We want to definitely make sure that everybody understands and we can get everything together. So we definitely want to tell you, as you sit back and look, and we're trying to help build more generational wealth and learn about insurance, investments, real estate, to be able to go in and actually learn how to make everything work and do what it needs to do. We definitely want to make sure everybody is on the page of understanding. We want to be able to show and tell and be able to give information, and you come in the next play investors and we learn. We have a good time. We definitely are family, definitely people that hang out and enjoy life together, but we are trying to change our family's direction and be able to create generational wealth and network with a bunch of different people and be able to have more and more people come into the circle that can show other people how to do more things. So we invite you out again and tell you to keep checking in on the group, post in the group. If you got questions, reach out to us, and you can always get in touch with us at nextplayinvestors@gmail.com. You can reach us through the IG at Next Play Investors. And you can actually do everything else through social media. We do have IG Next Play Investors, Facebook Next Play Investors, and we're definitely going to be back to be able to continue to talk. And we ain't talking about investing. Infinite banking is what we're actually moving towards, to be able to learn how to create our own bank. And that's one of the things we want to make sure y'all get an understanding about. We're looking at all kinds of ways to build money, build wealth, and be able to change the narrative of what our outcome can be. You can be black, white, Haitian, green, purple, or whatever else. This is a group about everyone that wants to learn and be able to figure out how to make ways of doing things. So, we want to be able to share the information. We want to be able to grow it. We want to be able to make sure everybody is actually can come into the group and understand the whole play is to figure out what's the next play. So we definitely want to make sure that's what's going on. We want to thank you again for coming out and watching us and hanging out with us in the family, the Next Play family. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you join the Facebook group as well as like the page. We can continue to bring you good content to a good message to be able to allow you to be able to learn how to help your family and friends, as well as be able to make sure that you can actually teach the next generation how to keep the generational wealth going, so we can one day change our situations and become more stronger, powerful people that know how to get along and work together. Again, I want to thank you again for coming in and watching us and joining us with Next Play Investor. We have a wonderful time every Sunday. Catch us every Sunday at 7:30. You can join the Facebook group as well as catch us on YouTube. In the time being, we always want to tell you and let everybody else know that we always looking for the next play. Catch you next time, and I want to say thank you for everything that's going on. Y'all have a wonderful day, and thank you for the next play.